have a visitor. Hello, Mr. Wings. Hello, Mr. Wings. Alright, so a couple of girls and actresses who also were looking to actually get into the industry joined this group, and then later on some of them were able to successfully leave and escape the cult. Okay, and what would happen is that within this DOS, the inner circle of NEXIUM, okay, the girls that he would sleep with or whose sexual partners were, okay, he would have them branded, okay, and if you look at the brand, okay, it basically has his initials and Allison Mack's initials, which was super creepy. And apparently some articles on the net are saying that it was actually her idea to actually get the girls branded, like very close to the groin, you know. And yeah, these girls weren't allowed to actually have any other sexual partners except for Keith Rainier. And he had preached this absurd ideology that men are allowed to have as many female partners as possible, but women aren't. Women need to be monogamous, but guys not, you know, heck. And it's even rumored that he had about 15 to 20 girls on rotation, you know, like, horrific. Okay, and Allison basically was in charge of basically trafficking these poor girls to this predator, this douchebag. And by basically, I don't know what exactly, how she did it as well, like the basic pyramid scheme was that, okay, you would have a slave, okay, and then and a master. It had a lot of those, you know, very twisted BDSM type of thing, like master slave, dominant submissive, you know, that sort of thing. But they basically took it to the nth degree, and all this branding, and they would use it, they would do it using a cauterizing pen. Some said that they actually had a brand made, okay, and I can just imagine. And the girls had to basically lie on the table where they actually had a doctor or physician who would tell them that I want to be branded, it would be an honor. And I'm even willing to bet that this probably was recorded so that it would seem that it was consensual. And then the rest of the time, the girls would be held down by the shoulders and the legs, and this doctor or physician would basically go to work branding these poor girls, you know. So it's quite disgusting. It's quite horrible. So a lot of them, I think about 6 girls escaped, and they all were saying the same thing, that Allison was the number 2. She was like the number 1 recruiter, you know, especially for girls, etc. And yeah, so Keith Rainier was arrested in Mexico at the end of March. Apparently a high-speed chase ensued after that, because some of the girls who were like completely brainwashed got into the car and chased after him. And I don't know, like I saw the footage on the net, and some are saying that Allison, you can actually see her in the frame. It doesn't really look like her though. It could have been anybody that kind of looked like her, but who knows, okay. But yeah, there's a lot of rumors going around that she's basically next. They're gonna arrest her next. So it's really sad considering how talented of an actress Allison was, or still is even now, you know. But I look at it as losing somebody that you really care about to a cult, okay? And this happens a lot, you know, especially in the US, where you have friends, even family members that you really got along well with, and all of a sudden, you know, they join this cult and you never hear from them again, and they change, and they just lose contact with their family and everything, and it's very sad. If these allegations were to prove true, that she really was indeed responsible for branding, she came up with the whole branding thing, she came up with the whole corporal punishment, where if you fail to do something, yeah, you would basically be spanked with like this paddle thing on your butt. It's ridiculous, and I'm sure this would be tabloid like fodder. Like, reporters love this type of stuff, but it's sad at the end of the day. And I'm willing to bet that Allison Mack has some deep-seated psychological wounds, okay, in order to actually get sucked into this whole thing. Nobody becomes like this overnight, you know. Why did she suddenly develop this power trip, you know, to be a master? Why do you want to dominate other people? Why do you want to suck gullible, you know, very trusting and impressionable young girls into something that could potentially scar them, you know, excuse the pun, you know, for the rest of their life? You know, like, why would you want to do that, something like that? You know, like, no, again, I'm not attacking Allison, but I'm just calling it as it is. You know, if these allegations hold true, then, you know, well, I guess that she'll get arrested and, yeah, go away, and hopefully she'll get the help that she needs. Yeah, I'm just wondering how her other co-stars are actually taking this. Imagine how Kristen Kroik is feeling right now, that she actually recruited Allison into this cult, you know, but she left, you know, and now Allison is like brainwashed. You know, if you worked with somebody for 10 years on a show, they're family, you know, they're family, like, even as it is right now, people spend more time with their work colleagues than they do with their own family members. And, you know, like, TV series shooting hours are close to 18 hours long sometimes, you know. So again, like I said, that's, you know, your co-stars almost become like your immediate family members, you know. So I'm sure they must be very saddened to hear this. Know what to look out for, you know. Teenagers need to be taught in school what, you know, this is what a cult leader, you know, is likely to behave. These are their personality traits. These are the things that they're likely to do to people. They're very manipulative. I mean, like, this guy was a Svengali of note. I mean, like, he conned 2 heiresses, okay, these 2 Canadian girls, okay, Bromp or something, okay, he conned them out of $150 million. Can you imagine? $150 million, huh? But he also hedged bets on, like, the securities exchange, you know, that he lost. And I'm just thinking that, like, that's money that they will never ever see again. Like, please be careful. Be careful of these self-help gurus. A lot of them, yeah, the most basic term to describe them is just wolves in sheep's clothing, you know. They come in parading, and they'll always get you at a very particular, crucial, and a very vulnerable point in your life. Right when you're going through the thick of things, that's when they come in, you know. So that's why you have to, like, really build your defenses. Use the force. Say hi.